Test. Hey, I think it looks
pretty good.
Oh,
Applause
okay.
for it being
Pretty good.
applause.
Woo. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning Podcast. I'm Andrew, who's always with JJ and Ben. Guys, welcome back on the weekly grind, hopefully.
Please.
With JJ all the time. And guys, it's good to be back. How you been? What you guys been up to?
Dude, I've been grinding at work. I've been so busy.
Sorry, guys.
Same old.
Boring.
But it's been so unfortunate because there's been so many good sports on.
Yeah.
I had to work this Saturday, Masters Saturday.
That's
everything.
tough.
Everything was just in my way of watching the sports this week.
Yeah.
But I did my best.
Did you watch Masters at all?
Oh, I still caught a lot of it,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
But,
Good.
work just made it difficult.
Yeah.
We'll just say
Fair
that.
enough. Jay, how's work? What have you been up to in the teaching world?
When this must be a guy thing. Whenever you ask me that question, my mind goes completely.
It's definitely a good.
That's 100% fair.
Like, if you ask me how the week went, I don't know. I don't know if I was living this week. I don't know where I was this week. I can't tell you anything about this week.
I feel that because when I'm at work, I have to when I go buy things for work, I have to tell them what job it's for, and every single time they ask, I'm like, I don't know.
What did I do?
A place.
Wait. Did I do something this week?
So that's.
So
accurate.
I don't. Let me think. I watched the Masters. What did I do Saturday? Saturday I had a long bike ride. I went to the gym, and then I biked out to the beach. Perfect day. Laid on the beach. Watched the
by
Masters.
yourself with your wife.
My wife was out of town.
So right.
I went to the beach and watched the Masters at the beach. Perfect weather. Went in the water. Perfect temperature water. Gorgeous day. And then Sunday, obviously, watched the Masters and chilled a bit.
Yeah, it was a perfect weekend to watch the Masters. Saturday, I actually played in a softball tournament. Had a lot of fun. Lost in the semifinals, unfortunate, but it was really fun.
So close.
Watched Masters Saturday.
I feel like Saturday was the best day of the Masters this year.
Probably.
The play was so electric.
But there wasn't very. I guess.
Everybody was making their runs while Rory was faltering.
Fair.
It was
he
so
does
much fun
that,
to
so.
watch.
That's just what he does.
But everybody was
Yeah, there were a lot of people that were
going
golfing
town.
really well.
But it was a really nice day. I'm really happy I played softball. It was a beautiful day.
It was awesome.
It was incredible.
It's the perfect time of the year, folks.
It really is.
Weather-wise.
Soak it in.
And you know what else?
Beautiful.
It's perfect. Sports.
Sports.
Guys, sports are so good right now. Baseball's in full swing.
W's in the chat for
We got-
sports.
Just spam the W.
I love
Spamming
sports.
the W right now. Yeah. Guys, the NBA playoffs is here.
Palm Grove
NHL
draft.
playoffs is
Palm
here.
Grove
Baseball is
softball
in
league
full
going
score.
off.
Palm Grove in the upper league of softball about ready to hit the playoffs.
We are 2 weeks away from Palm Grove draft league. Sign up. Get
That's
ready.
crazy.
Guys, you play some basketball.
Oh, I never tested your link for you.
I think it
Who
works.
knows if our link
I
works
got a
for the
payment, I
basketball
tried
league.
it.
But starting at number 3, it is the NBA. Unfortunately, no more college basketball to talk about. But guys, the NBA playoffs starts tonight. Ben, run us over the playoffs.
I would love to. So, like you said, the playoffs start tonight,
Play-in.
quote unquote. It's the play-in tournament, so it's going to be 8 teams for the play-in tournament. 4 teams will arise from that tournament. Let me pull up the bracket real quick here.
The Hornets are playing the Heat at this moment.
Yes, currently as we speak, the Hornets and Heat are playing. What's the score of that game? I think Hornets are up by 4 right now in the first quarter. So, if you guys are not familiar with the play-in tournament, the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seeds all play play-in games. The 9 and 10 seed play a win or go home game. So one team is going to move on, and they will play the loser of the 7-8 matchup. So then the winner of the 7-8 matchup will become the 7 seed and play either the Celtics or the Spurs. And then, obviously, it'll be loser 7-8 versus winner 9-10 to go and play the 1 seed. So I do like this format. I think they could definitely do it better. Maybe move it down to a different level. I think at the pro level, it should be just straight 8 teams. That's just my opinion. Whatever. So, yes, like we said, Hornets Heat 9-10 game. They will play the loser of the 76ers versus Magic. Then on the other side, tomorrow night, the Clippers play the Warriors in the 9-10 matchup. And then the winner of that will play the Suns or the Trailblazers. So some good games here for the play-in. Kind of the bottom of the barrel. A couple of these teams could definitely make a run. Let's just start from the top. in the East, Hornets, Heat, 76ers, Magic. Who do you think is going to emerge out of those teams to be the 7 and 8 seed? Start with JJ.
JJ, start with you.
I picked the Heat in this game. I think the Hornets are hotter, but I like the Heat's veterans. They've been there before, and Spoelstra's the better coach in this matchup. I don't like that it's at home. At that point, it's a toss-up, and when it's a toss-up, I lean coach and veterans. And then 76ers Magic was the other one.
Correct.
I will take the Magic. It's at home for the Magic, correct?
No, it should be the Sixers because they are the higher seed.
Never mind. I take the Sixers. I did put a bet in for that one, but I'm going to retract, and I'm going to say the 76ers get that done.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because I wish for the play-in game it'd be either a neutral court or a best of 3, because a one-and-done game in the NBA, home court advantage is it's brutal. It's hard to win that, but such is life. Okay, so JJ, you said 76ers win, Hornets, or you said Heat win. So that would give a matchup of the Magic and the Heat. Who would you
Magic
take
and the
in that game?
Hornets.
Oh, you said Hornets would win?
Magic and Hornets would... Oh.
Hornets would, if they lose, they're out. The winner of that game plays the loser of this 7-8.
The 7-8 is the Sixers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
JJ, lock in.
JJ, come on. It's right here.
Oh, I don't follow the
If you have a
NBA
lap-
right
If you have a
now.
laptop, you can pull up.
I don't follow the NBA right now. So it would be Magic and
Heat. Oh, my
the Heat.
days. You're making this so much more
and the
complicated.
Heat. Ooh, a little Florida matchup. Might have to go to that one.
That'd be fun.
I'll take the Heat.
All right, so we like the Heat and the Sixers to come out of that side. Andrew, do you have any thoughts on that?
Not a whole lot. Again, I'm not.
It's
and
like
the
me
NBA's
predicting
probably
hockey.
the yeah, it's you like in hockey.
Yeah.
NBA's probably the least amount I watch. Obviously, I want the Sixers to win. That's my team. I'll try to watch at least a little bit of the playoffs. But with how hockey has been the last little bit, we'll get into that. I have not been very impressed.
That's why the play-in games are so much fun because they're kind of like they happen right after the season ends,
Yeah, that
and
is
it's kind
nice.
of in that
Yeah.
intermediate
It kind of
point.
reminds you like, yeah, who's there and
Yeah.
get you locked in for the actual playoffs.
Definitely, yeah. Real quick, I would probably favor the Hornets in the Hornets versus Heat matchup. And then for the 76ers Magic, I like the Sixers. They've been hot. So I'd have the Sixers moving on. And then Hornets versus Magic, I would again take the Hornets. That's just a personal preference. But okay, moving to the West, like I said, tomorrow night, Clippers versus Warriors in that 9-10 matchup. Obviously, the Warriors do have Steph Curry back, but he is still kind of coming back from injury. And then they are without Moses Moody and Jimmy Butler and a couple other smaller rotation players. So that's kind of not a fair matchup. Clippers still doing solid with Garland and Kawhi Leonard. Who do you guys like in that game?
Clippers. I'll take the Clippers.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard is healthy. Kawhi Leonard looks like he could make the first round
Did
interesting.
you come here last week and say that Warriors were going to be the first 10 to
That
win?
was a joke.
That was just a hopeful.
That was
thinking.
just
Think
whatever.
Curry
Next
did?
year.
That was that went along with my question of would a 10 seed ever like
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is healthy and he's looking like one of the best players in the league. I could see that being not a very close game. And then the Suns versus Trailblazers matchup. This one is very intriguing. Devin Booker historically has not been great in the playoffs versus this young Trailblazers team. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game. What do you think about that one?
Devin Booker's back. I think he is going to come out this year and in the first round in this game kind of show people that he can still be a superstar, and I'll take the Suns to I'll take him to run away with this one. I don't think Portland is quite they're a year ahead or two, so
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yes, Phoenix is being led by Devin Booker. His second most points per game is actually Dylan Brooks, which is so shocking to me.
Impressive.
But and then obviously Grayson Allen is questionable. That could be a huge hit. But yeah, I think the veterans on that team will be able to outplay leader Denny Advija.
Get there.
Advia.
Get there. Get there.
Yes, him, Denny.
That guy. That Denny guy.
So yes, I do like that
Denny's?
team. I think give him,
Denny's?
I think give them a year or two, they'll be back. Okay, yeah, and then that would set up a very entertaining playoffs. I don't know what the seeds looked like last week when we talked, but real quick, just the seeding list in the West. Number 1, obviously Thunder. They did clinch that. Spurs 2 games behind them as a 2 seed. Then the 3, 4, 5, and 6 seeds. Nuggets hang on to the 3 seed. Lakers drop down to 4. Obviously, the absence of Luka hurts. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but that's definitely going to be something to look
Huge
forward
for
to. Then it'd be Lakers versus Rockets as the 5 seed. Like I said, without Luka and maybe even Reeves and maybe even LeBron, this could be a series sweep.
Yeah.
And then the 3 versus 6 seed, like I said, Nuggets versus Timberwolves. This has been
That could be fun.
a very eventful.
That could be fun.
They've met several times
Yeah.
in the past. I hope Anthony Edwards can stay healthy. He's been struggling with injury. Same can be said about Aaron Gordon and Jokic, but this is going to be a very entertaining series nonetheless. And then moving over to the West, the East, Pistons are still that number 1 seed. They've been the number 1 seed the entire year.
That's
Since the
insane.
first game. They've been the number 1 seed. Number 2, Celtics. Obviously, that dynamic duo is starting to rear back up. That's going to be really fun to watch. Celtics are definitely the dark horse for this playoffs. Number 3 seed in the East is the Knicks. 4 seed Cavs. Very interested to see if James Harden could lead the Cavs, along with Donovan Mitchell, obviously. 5 seed Raptors. So that gives us a Cavs versus Raptors matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the Raptors, although I think the Cavs have some veterans there that'll lead them. And then the 3 versus 6 seed Knicks versus Hawks. We've gone over the Hawks, how they're such a fun team. I think they need another year, especially versus this deep Knicks team.
Yeah.
But we will definitely have to be watching that. So that sets up our playoffs.
So why don't we go ahead and pick? Do you do a conference finals matchup and
Let's
then
do it.
your finals matchup as well?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll start.
Okay.
You know what? Why not? I'm
not?
gonna send one again. Like I said, I don't know too much about basketball. I'm just gonna kind of fire from it. In the West, I think it's pretty obvious. It's the Thunder. It's the Spurs in the Western Conference Final. They're the best 2 teams in the NBA of the year. Thanks to Ben. He's been telling me about it. They're by far the best 2 teams in basketball. I don't think you're going to get anybody else in that Western Conference Final. And then in the Eastern Conference Final, oof. So I got to see who plays each other. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got to figure out here. So, do they get reseeded after the first round, or do they
No.
So, like, no matter what, like, if the 7 seed wins, they play the okay.
7-8 would play the Celtics, and then the winner of that
Right, would play
game,
the Knicks Hawks.
would play the Pistons.
Okay.
The NBA.com has a really good playoff thing where they show you exactly.
Okay. So I need to see who I could get in the conference final. Ben, why don't you start with the East, actually?
Yeah, okay. For the
Figure
East, it's so difficult because a lot of these teams have been. It feels like they're one player short. I really like the Celtics versus Knicks matchup in the second round. That's going to be so much fun. I think that what it will be. I think the Celtics are going to pull away with that. So I have Celtics versus, and I'm going to go with the Pistons. I'm gonna bet on Cade Cunningham to be healthy. If Cade Cunningham is healthy and Jaden Ivey plays at the level he has been, Pistons will definitely meet in there, and I'll have Pistons versus Celtics. And then I'm gonna go
What about the West?
Same West.
Yeah.
I think the Thunder and Spurs are just on a crash course right now,
Nice. Did
just like Arizona, Michigan.
Oh, yeah. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder have a pretty easy path. The Rockets are kind of faltering. If Luka would come back and they're completely 100% healthy, I think that they could put up a fight, especially because no defending champion has made it past the second round since the Warriors, I believe, 7 or 8 years. Interesting fact, but I think the Thunder are good enough to beat that trend. On the other side, this is the first part I'm going to defer with you guys. There's one team that could come out and beat an inexperienced Spurs team, and that would be the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Denver Nuggets, if they can get past the Timberwolves, which will be the best first round series of any round, they could definitely take out the Spurs even with Wemby going off. So I'm gonna take Nuggets and Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. And then in the East, I'm going Cavs and Celtics. I think that'll be what we get out of the Cavs.
I'll do my East. That was exactly what I think it's Cavs Celtics as well. I think the Cavs. They've been the 1 seed the last couple years. I love a team that's been a 1 seed for a while, and then they fall like a 4 or 5 because people are doubting them. And you're not looking at them to make it. And now with the Cavs there, I think they'll make it to the Eastern Conference Final.
Kind of the same reason I picked the Nuggets. I think Cavs, Pistons maybe a year or two ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
Cavs veterans. Now Celtics will beat them in the Eastern Conference Finals. Did you pick your finals?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Your finals matchup first.
No, I think Celtics will beat the Cavaliers then, and then they will play. I think the Nuggets are beating the Thunder. We haven't seen it in 7 years. Why does it happen again? I don't think so. I think the Nuggets put them out, and we'll have a Nuggets-Celtics NBA Finals.
I would love that. Love that.
Who's your final?
Well, of the Pistons and Celtics and Thunder and Spurs, kind of a chalk bracket, but these teams have been so dominant. I'm going to have to go with the Thunder versus, I'm actually going to say the Celtics are going to upset the Pistons then. Thunder versus Celtics, and I'll take the Thunder to win back-to-back.
Give me the Cavs.
I love it.
Give me the Cavs to go to the NBA Finals.
James Harden.
Over the Celtics. Give me the Spurs to go over the Thunder. Different matchup. And give me the San Antonio Spurs to be an NBA
wow.
Finals champion. I think just with them
Wemby.
battling all year, I think Wemby gets one. What they've had to go through this year, I feel like it's been them versus the Thunder all year. And they've actually played pretty well against the Thunder this year.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Give me
JJ,
Spurs NBA Finals champion.
I love that. And JJ, you said a really fun matchup would be the Nuggets versus the Spurs. And Jokic and Wembanyama have had some great battles. So I pulled up their stats head-to-head versus each other. And this is over the past 2.5 to 3 years, 2.5 years. In those times, they've had 7 matchups. Nikola Jokic has averaged versus Wembanyama 37 points, 10.9 rebounds, 9 assists.
Not too bad.
Not
But
bad.
Wembanyama has averaged 26 points, 15 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. Jokic is just kind of having his way with that team.
Yeah.
But I think that could be a really fun
That would be.
battle.
I mean, the Nuggets are gonna have the toughest road. They could play the Timberwolves, the Spurs, and the Thunder all in one playoffs, and then the Celtics or whoever makes it out of the East. The Nuggets. I'm thinking about if they would play the Spurs. The Spurs have a bunch of those young guards that love to get out and run. In the playoffs, what happens to the game? It slows down. Defense gets a lot tougher, and I'd rather have Jamal Murray creating his own shot than those guys in those moments.
I like that.
But, I mean, the Spurs have so much youth, and they're so fast and good at defense. You never know.
It's building up to be
West is going to be so much fun.
Game 7, Nuggets
Well, and,
versus
like,
Spurs.
even though the Lakers and Rockets are both injured, and I don't think either of them are going to make it very far, KD versus LeBron, are you kidding me? Well, KD, LeBron first round, Nuggets,
LeBron gonna
Timberwolves.
pray?
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun playoffs. Actually,
You could actually tune into the NBA because it actually looks like good basketball now. Watch it.
Well, it is playoffs. It's actually when they're
they
trying
try.
to play basketball.
Defense is
So,
good.
guys, watch the basketball.
Guys.
Ben would love if you guys, if every single person listening would watch basketball.
Well, I mean, I thought everyone is already, right?
Let me give you a few teams here. Out of the... I'm going to throw the Timberwolves, the Raptors, the Hawks. Timberwolves, Raptors, Hawks. Those 3 teams are kind of dark horse. Not really... People don't... They're really, really good, but people don't really think they're going to go far because of these top-tier names.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of those 3 teams would make it to their respective conference finals?
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves got to play Nuggets and Spurs, though. That's a tough...
You said Timberwolves, Hawks, and who?
And Raptors.
Yeah. That's so tough.
Ben.
I'm going to throw the Rockets in there. The 5-6 seeds of each conference. Rockets, Timberwolves, Raptors, Hawks. Because I don't think any of the play-in teams are making it.
I would give, in the East, the play-in teams a better shot than the Raptors or Hawks. And
Really?
that's just my opinion because you look at the Heat, like you said, they got veterans. The Hornets are led by LaMelo Ball, who's got balls of steel. I mean, that man is insane. He'll do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. It's insane. 76ers have Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid gets hot...
76ers are a wild card.
Yeah, if they get hot...
But they play the Celtics.
They could very well...
First round, probably.
Well, you never know. That's a great rivalry. And then the Magic obviously have Paolo if he can do good. Out of the East, I don't see Hawks or Raptors making much of a push. But Timberwolves Rockets is so fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are... The West playing teams are far superior. I mean, what is that? Inferior, yes, thank you. But man, Timberwolves, when Anthony Edwards gets a little angst behind him, so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Same with Kevin Durant. So I say one of those two, yeah.
It'll be fun. Guys, we're excited for some basketball, some playoff.
Dude, I'm so excited. Should we
So
go
excited
real quick over the MVP race?
Yeah, go for it.
It's been kind of a debate because Jokic is statistically having one of the best years ever of any person ever. He's first in like every category besides points, and that's Luka. But unfortunately, Luka did not make the cut. And then obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is currently in first place for MVP predictions. People don't like that because it's like, oh, well, he won already last year, and he
He's
just
the best
foul
player.
baits. His stats aren't that good when you look at him from face value. But then you look at, he's the best player on the best team. Sure, yes. He's also the most efficient guard ever since 2016 Curry, when Curry was, the unanimous MVP. So right now, I think far and above away is Shea will be the MVP. You obviously have a very good case for Wembanyama with the defensive aspects. He just needs another year to get some offensive gusto behind him. But yeah, most likely it's going to be Shea. I would love to see Wemby get it next year, though. I could definitely see that. And it is, it's insane to see Jokic have such good years, like year after year after year, and he can't win MVP because there's just so much better players. He's averaging a triple-double, a 30-point triple-double.
That's insane.
Yeah,
insane.
I mean, we had the conversation last week. He should be winning MVP every year.
Yeah.
He's the best player.
Yeah.
I mean, his PER, which is like...
Why the MVP is stupid.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
dumb.
but if they voted, if the voters were different, if the process was different, they could get it right.
Well, I think there needs to be offensive play. Like we said last year, he would win Offensive Player of the Year. I don't care if Luke is averaging 34. He's averaging a triple-double.
Yeah.
That should be...
I think people should look at that.
awards.
Yeah, like I said, people should look at that. Yeah. Another thing that we're actually ready for the playoffs. Teams are set. Our number 2 thing is hockey. Guys, NHL playoffs is almost here. The NHL playoffs start, I believe, on Saturday. Not all the matchups yet are set, but the teams that are in these playoffs are set. So, getting a little bit of hockey here. Let's start in the Western Conference. The teams in the playoffs. Your number 1 seed will be the Colorado Avalanche. They are currently at 117 points. With 2 games remaining, they will be your 1 seed in the West. Your 2 seed is the Dallas Stars. They will play the Minnesota Wild as the 3 seed. And then the Vegas Golden Knights are at 93 points. Edmonton Oilers, 91. Anaheim Ducks, 90. Utah Mammoth at 90. And Los Angeles Kings find that last spot in the wild card that was up for debate for a long time. They will be in the playoffs. Could be a sneaky, fun team.
Let's be real.
Just veteran, but they have to play the Avs.
Yeah,
That's the
they
only
do.
thing. What do you think about these matchups, these teams?
Love the
West?
Wild Stars. It'll be awesome. Great matchup.
That's going to be a very
Edmonton,
very good matchup.
Anaheim also going to be fantastic.
That one isn't set yet. That could change.
Okay.
Because Edmonton could catch Vegas, or Anaheim could actually pass both of them because they have 2 games left.
They do have 2
They
games
technically get to 94 points.
I
That
think
one's not
Avs are
set
going to
yet.
steamroll the Kings.
That one is
Kings
set.
might steal one. I don't see it, but they could. Avs, I was watching them the other day when they have nothing to play for.
Mhm.
They were still just...
Actually,
they look so good.
yeah. The Avs still could play the Mammoth. That's still up in the air, too. There's a couple of these matchups in the West could change because there's a couple of teams with 2 games left. Avs are one of them. Mammoth have 2. Kings have 2 left. Ducks have 2. So a couple of teams in the West could change. All the teams in the East all have 1 game remaining. So this isn't exactly the matchups yet. We won't know that until probably Thursday sometime. But all the teams.
I mean, yeah.
There's some matchups that are set, but not all of them. But and then in the East, your number 1 seed in the East is the Carolina Hurricanes. They are at 111 points with a game remaining. They will be very, very interesting. They will get either the Senators or the Bruins. If it was me, I'd want to see the Bruins right now. The Senators are hot
They're gonna get
finishing
the
this year. No, the Senators could be the first wild card, not the second. They could still pass them. They're 1 point behind.
Oh, wow.
With a game remaining.
Yeah,
'Cause the
Boston
Senators
has
are hot.
been on a little falter.
Boston's been playing okay. Senators have been hot their last 10 games or so. And they've been playing really, really well. So that's not set, but the Hurricanes are your 1 seed. And then your other teams in the playoffs, the Buffalo Sabres are 108. Fantastic year for the Sabres, getting most likely a 2 seed. They will be above the Tampa Bay Lightning, will most likely play the Montreal Canadiens. And then the one that is set, the Pittsburgh Penguins, will play the Philadelphia Flyers.
Rigged.
Guys,
What do you know?
we made it.
Rigged.
We made it. We did it. We came all the way back, and we are going to the playoffs. We are playing Pittsburgh in the first round. I cannot be more excited for playoff hockey and to destroy the Penguins in the playoffs. I'm so excited.
Strong
We haven't been in the playoffs since 2020, and our reward for finally making it, finally getting there, is getting to play the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I cannot wait for the series to start.
You better lower your expectations, my friend.
We're gonna beat the Penguins. We're gonna beat the Penguins.
It's gonna be unfortunate when the series ends in a 6-game Pittsburgh Penguins win. That'll be unfortunate. No, you guys are hot. Yeah, I'd be excited if I were you. What do you think? A year ahead of schedule, probably, and
Yeah,
I don't know. You got some veterans though.
That's the thing about our team. I had said for years we were a good goalie away from being a very good hockey team, and we finally got one this year. Dan Vladar has stepped up for our team. He's played so many great games, and the game last night against the Hurricanes to put us into the playoffs just like epitomized our year. We went down 2-0 in the first. Wasn't great. Vladar shut the door after that. Did not give up another goal. We were scrappy. We got back into it. Tied it at 2. Went to overtime, which we've went to the most overtime games ever in our franchise history. We actually went to a shootout, which is we went to the most shootouts ever. We've won the most shootouts ever. Won in a shootout. Vladar didn't allow a goal in the shootout. We scored once, and that put us in the playoffs. It was just epitomized our season.
Guess what's not in the playoffs though? Shootouts.
I don't care.
It's 5-on-5. It's 5-on-5 hockey, Andrew.
Well, we are actually very good at 5-on-5. Our power play is the worst in the league.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, so.
No, I'm excited. I would love to see a Flyers Lightning conference final. I mean, that would be exhilarating. Mm-hmm. Probably won't happen. Sorry, but it could. They could go on a hot streak.
I don't know.
They'd see Carolina in the second round.
I think so.
Probably.
I'm not sure what the bracket is.
I think so.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find a bracket right now because it's not actually set yet.
Here.
They'd
have Carolina.
Yeah, we'd have Carolina.
Carolina. That would be tough.
We beat them last night.
Yeah, you did, but it's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
Lightning. I don't like the Lightning's matchup with Montreal. We don't play well against them for some reason. I'd way rather see the Sabres or the Bruins, but that's okay. We'll get her done. Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
Yeah. How you feeling about
excited.
the Lightning going into the playoffs? Not as hot as they were at one point.
No,
Still
we're
playing
not.
Good hockey,
we're not.
But...
there's nothing to not like about our team. We have probably the best top 3 first line in all of hockey, maybe behind Edmonton or Avs maybe, and we've got Victor Hedman captaining our defense. Lots of really young, talented players on defense. There's nothing to really not like. The only thing is, for some reason, when I'm thinking farther ahead, like against the Avalanche or something like that, sometimes we look like we play slow. And I don't know if it's John Cooper, but sometimes we get sloppy, especially on defense. We make sloppy passes, and that leads to turnovers, and that cannot happen in the playoffs. And I see it over and over again. But we have the talent, and I think against a team like the Canadiens, that should be enough to get it done. Mm-hmm. Once we get to, if we would see Carolina in the Eastern Conference Finals and test our mettle a little bit, it's a weird feeling because I feel like the East, everyone's scoring more points, but I feel like the West is more talented.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I think they might have the best team, probably 2, maybe 3 best teams. I think overall the East is better.
Maybe it's because the East, a lot of the teams you usually see aren't there.
It's a very different, very, very
There's a lot of mix-up. Yeah. But, I look at, I don't know, Edmonton and Dallas and the Avs.
But is that just because, again, like you said, is it teams that just are always there? Why you look at them like that?
But that's what wins in the playoffs a lot of times.
True. Veteran leadership wins in the playoffs a lot. That's true.
So I love the Lightning. We seem like the veteran presence in these playoffs. And let's just not let one of these hot shots like the Flyers get in our way.
Dude, you better watch out for the Flyers.
I'm not watching out for the Flyers.
I'm almost positive we're going to beat the... I am...
I wouldn't be surprised.
63% sure we're going to beat the Penguins.
63% sure. I would be surprised.
In a series, that's
hottest team.
Ben is over there trying to survive as we're talking about.
You got this.
Ben, you can pull through.
We talk about something other than basketball, and he just fades.
You just can't do it.
Bro, I don't know why. I turned my fan on overnight, and my sore throat has been killing me.
That ain't good. I don't love that.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so we're going to do the same thing we did in basketball. Pick a Western and Eastern Conference final matchup, then your finals matchup, and your cup winner. Ben, go first, if you're able to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what happens here. Like we said earlier, this is kind of like Andrew's basketball. I know the teams, I just don't really know who's good or who's not. What I do know is that Carolina and Tampa have been like the best teams all year in the East, so I really like them. So I don't know if my bracket is going to be accurate. I could have Carolina and Tampa meeting in the championship game.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with that. I think they're the two best teams. They have been dominant. I like their paths. You said they have a tough path. I believe you. Tampa wins in the playoffs. That's kind of what they do. So unless they play Florida. Excuse me. So I like Tampa versus Carolina in that Eastern Conference Final. In the West, man, I really like Colorado, obviously because they've been so good all year, but also I really want the Stars to win. I don't know. I'm kind of like a Dallas Stars. What's the word?
Sucker.
Fanboy.
No, guys, bandwagon.
Sympathizer.
There you go.
Bandwagon. I'm gonna pick the Stars to beat the Avalanche in that second round matchup. And then I'm going to have them playing the Oilers in the Western Conference Final. So
Oilers get back there again.
Oilers versus Stars and Tampa versus Carolina.
Okay. TJ?
I've said it all the time. I think the Lightning and Carolina are on a crash course to the Eastern Conference Finals. Am I less confident than I was? Yes. But I still think we're going to get there. Tampa Bay, Carolina, meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. Carolina very well could get to the Stanley Cup if they could.
They have to just beat their playoff woes.
Get over some demons.
Yep. Is this year they get over some demons?
The Avs. The Avs are shoot. They look so good. I don't see anyone beating them. I think the best shot anybody has at beating them is the Wild in the second round. Mm-hmm. I think the Wild with their young talent could push them, but I still don't think they have enough to get it done. Mm-hmm. Avalanche, and then on the other side, it's hard to not say Edmonton. They're the only team that's been there a lot.
Yeah.
I see the Vegas Golden Knights. I think they're a little too old. I don't think they're going to do it. I think, again, the best shot anyone has is probably the Anaheim Ducks to push Edmonton in the first series. So, I think whoever wins that comes out of the West, or out of that side, I'll take Edmonton. Avs in the Western Conference Final. WCF.
I'll start with the Western Conference Final. Let's start with about, I think it's, again, I don't like the Oilers to make it really far, but you look at that side of the bracket, it's them, it's the Ducks. They play the Ducks, and then if they win, they play the Mammoth or the Knights. Mm. I don't like either one of those teams either. So I think it is the Oilers. Again, I think like Jerry said, the best shot is probably the Ducks, beat them in the first round. But they're the only team on that side of the bracket that has any type of playoff experience.
Yeah.
JJ, you spoiled what I was thinking. I think the Wild are going to beat the Avs.
You think so?
I think the Minnesota Wild, they're good.
Shot.
They're good on defense. They have really good young talent. I think they'll beat the Stars. The Wild have the hardest path to the Stanley Cup,
no doubt,
by far. They have to get through the two best teams in hockey. They have to get through the Stars and the Avalanche back-to-back series. But they get past the Stars, they're where to be battle. They went through battle already, and I think they match up very, very well with the Avs. I'm a guy, and hockey is so unpredictable. It's probably the most unpredictable sport that you have. Random teams win all the time. This happens a lot. It's very, very hard to pick. So I think the Wild could get past there. The obvious pick is the Avs, but
as a Lightning fan, I am a huge fan of the Wild. Please take down the Avs, because I do not want to see the Avalanche in the finals.
Yeah, and I think if the Avalanche get to the Western Conference Final, I think it's over. I think they win the Cup. I think it's that those teams, once they get that close, it's almost like they're expected to get that far, and you got to surprise them.
Yep.
You got to surprise them and get them early. And if you let them get on a roll, it's kind of over. And then in the East, I would take the Carolina Hurricanes to make the Eastern Conference Final.
Oh, come on.
I think we'll play them, but I can't. Obviously, I want the Flyers to win. I want the Flyers to get there.
That'd be tough.
It'd be a miracle, but Carolina is very, very good. And I'm also going to go the Buffalo Sabres to make it to the Eastern Conference Final. They're a little bit ahead. I think they match up well with Tampa, just like on the other side. I love Tampa this year.
You know who Buffalo reminds me of?
Who's that?
2019 Lightning. Guess what happened to them?
They got swept.
They got swept.
Yeah, that's fair.
Probably won't happen, but they do remind me of them.
Boston's a tough matchup for them. That's not great if they get that for sure. I will take Carolina to finally get there. We didn't get to there yet. I'll start. I'll put my Stanley Cup. I'll take Carolina to finally make it to the Stanley Cup final, and the Minnesota Wild, after getting past the Avs, I would take them over the Oilers, which would make a really, really fun Wild Hurricanes matchup. I think everybody would be okay with that matchup in a Stanley Cup.
For sure.
I think the Hurricanes finally do it. I think they've been there year after year. I think they finally win a Stanley Cup.
Bring home the cup.
I went out on a limb on this one. I had some fun with this
that
one.
is an interesting.
We're hopeful that the Avalanche don't roll.
I think Edmonton meets the Avs in the Western Conference Finals, and I think Edmonton does not have enough this year to get back. That would be 3 times in a row. I appreciate Edmonton's approach this season. They've kind of taken a defensive approach rather than just trying to outscore you. Unfortunately, you need to outscore the Avalanche because they're going to score goals. So I think the Avalanche make it to the Western Conference Finals. And as much as I don't want to be a homer,
No way.
I do think the Lightning will beat the Carolina.
I agree with you. I think
Hurricanes.
if it's Tampa versus the Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final, I do think the Lightning will win.
I just cannot see the Hurricanes getting
Same.
past them.
Same.
Can they? Yes, but I don't see it. I think we got Avs, Lightning.
I think somebody else has to take them out for the Hurricanes to get there.
I would agree.
I like that pick. That's fine.
It's a little rematch of the 2023 Stanley Cup
It
Championship.
ends the exact same way.
I don't think it will be a dominating series. I don't think it will be because we are a little bit better on offense than we were, and after 2 Stanley Cups, I think we were really kind of just tired and needed to regroup. So I think it will be a better series. I could see Game 7 in Colorado, but if it's a Game 7 in Colorado, probably the Avs will get it done. Mm-hmm. So I'll go Avalanche, regroup, retool, get back to it after 2 years' absence, and take it down again.
Yeah, they're so good. It's hard not to say that. Ben, who you got?
Well, I think, like you guys have been saying, I said that the Dallas Stars are going to beat the Avs, and I think if they do, then they can get past the Oilers and make the Cup. So I'll just take the Stars. Realistically, it's if the winner of that game beats the Avs, they'll make it. That's what my opinion is.
Yep, I agree.
So I'd have the Stars, and then I said Tampa Bay versus Carolina. I'm also going to take Tampa Bay just because I'm also, homegrown. Go Tampa. So Tampa versus Stars, and then I would say that Tampa is able to beat them. So, yeah.
One really interesting thing about me and you, Ben, we had the Wild are playing the Stars in that first round. The loser, has that team going to the Cup. So one of us is going to have one of our sides going in the first round. That's fun.
That's what makes it fun.
That's what's fun about hockey.
I said
It
the
can go anywhere.
Stars. So I did a very quick research. I saw the Stars are one of the best power play teams, and then the Avs are not. So I thought maybe hey, if they could take advantage of that.
That's very interesting. The Avalanche are not a good play. Their power play is not good, which is weird because they're by far the best team in hockey, and that usually helps them out a lot. But their power play is not good. That's very, very interesting. That's what scares me about the Flyers because they're not good either. But guys, playoff hockey is here. I could not be more excited. I'm going to watch so much hockey in the next week. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Gonna make up for it.
I have not been able to watch the Flyers in the playoffs in so long, and I am so incredibly
I just
excited.
hope they don't get swept because that's just
We're beating the Penguins.
Okay.
We're beating the
So
Penguins.
we're
You
going
heard
to be
it
in
first.
Pennsylvania next week. Are you going to try to go to a game?
Oh, man.
See, I think it starts Saturday, and that's when the wedding is,
Mm-hmm.
and then I leave Sunday.
And they'd probably go straight over to... Well, no, because it's Pittsburgh.
It'd
so
be in Pittsburgh, so it'd still be in Pennsylvania. But, I thought about it.
Someone sponsor Andrew to go
I
to
don't
the
think
game.
I'm going to be able to get there. If it was possible, I probably would.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if
But I
there
don't-
was a game on Sunday, I would be staying. Just because.
Well, see, I already had my ticket, so I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it. We'll see.
Man.
I would.
That'd be so much
that would
fun.
be so electric. That would be so electric.
Is it in Pittsburgh, though?
It will be in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's gonna finish above us. Yeah. So.
So much fun.
Yeah. it'll be fun.
Guys, let
Sidney
us know.
Crosby.
Let us know your takes on the Stanley Cup playoffs. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be a chalk fest with Colorado and Carolina? Who do you think is going to win? It's going to be hard to beat Colorado.
Exactly. And moving on to our number one thing, it was the Masters. Guys, the Masters was incredible. I kind of was this your Masters a little bit of a letdown? A little bit.
I think
It was good.
The
was
play
very
was
good.
not a letdown, but the result was.
I didn't feel like the play was. The first couple
The
of days
play-
were amazing.
The play was fantastic.
The weekend,
I thought it was good.
Saturday was one of the best.
Saturday
days
was
of golf I've
good.
seen.
I think it's because we didn't see a lot of change at the number one spot. Rory kind of held on to that lead. I wish there could have been a little more fluctuation, but
wow, what a good
I don't know.
Fluctuation.
I
Yeah,
liked it because Sunday you got 3 or 4 players taking the number one spot. I think knowing the result a few holes before it happens is kind of always.
Yes.
I think
always
that's
fun.
probably what it was. So you knew Yeah.
Also,
it was over going into 17.
having Jason Kelsey and Kevin Hart being the face of the tournament, that was very bad.
That was horrible.
Let's
You guys
not
need to
bad
figure it
luck.
out.
Let's not.
I feel like next year they're going to be very, very strict on everything.
We're
probably going to go the other side next year,
Yeah.
but which is okay. I think they need to get back.
But it's
to.
crazy because they the Masters representative was saying we need to cut back because we had Dude Perfect out here, blah blah blah, and then they bring out Kevin Hart and Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing then? I'm confused.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Going
matter.
into the play.
Yes.
The first 2 days were absolutely insane. It was just a McIlroy domination. So, McIlroy going into the weekend was at 12 under. The player in second place was I believe 6 under.
Mm-hmm.
That is the largest lead after 36 holes ever at the Masters. There have been a
Cruising.
lot that were 5. He was 6. So he was at 6 going into the weekend. So, okay, it's gonna be like McIlroy. I asked a couple people going after that, I'm like, is it over? Like, is McIlroy just gonna shoot 4 under the next 2 days and win? That did not happen. On Saturday, McIlroy went 1 over par on Saturday. He did not have a great round. The driver his driver was off. I would say Sunday he found it a little bit. Sunday it was
His
better.
driver was off the whole weekend.
Yeah, the whole
even
weekend.
when he was doing good.
Sunday I was gonna say the whole weekend. Sunday it got
he got
better.
it back, yeah.
But before Sunday
I mean,
was off. It was
he
horrible.
was like 122nd in driving.
Yeah.
And he still was
Even
at
the first 2
1200.
days was terrible, but he was able to scramble. He chipped in, I believe, on 16 or 17. I think it was 17.
Crazy shit.
On it was on Friday, right before he got him to 11 under to get 12 under the last one. And so on Saturday, the driving goals finally came back to bite him. I think he went 4 for 12 on fairways,
that.
terrible, and had a very, very rough day on Saturday, and shot 1 over. And Cam Young was it 6 or 7? I think it was 7 under on Saturday to tie him for the lead at 11 under. And first, okay, Cam Young is ready. Won the Players this year. And Cam Young's a guy I really like. I really enjoyed watching him up there. And you're like, hey, this is going to be a really, really fun Saturday, which it was. But I felt like the entire time it was Rory's show. It was Rory gonna win coming down the stretch. Justin Rose fought back on Saturday, made it a little bit interesting. But again, like JJ said, going into 17, McIlroy pretty much had it under control. I think that's maybe why I felt like it was a little more disappointed because there wasn't really excitement down the stretch. It was except maybe like earlier in the day in the middle part, like, oh, McIlroy might lose this, and then as the day went on, you're like, hey, he's going to win. He was kind of in control.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that unless he blows up, which a guy like that usually doesn't do, he's going to win.
Yeah, and Scheffler.
Congratulations, back to
And
back.
it was the disappointment of these guys getting just a They needed a birdie. They needed something, and they could not get it. Cam Young, the last 14 holes went even, I think.
Yeah.
Just could not buy anything.
Maybe that's what it was too. Is nobody went and took it.
Yeah.
Like-
No, that's what it was. Because
McIlroy finished
Rory entered 13 under, and he ended
12.
12.
12. He entered the weekend at 12 under, finished at 12 under.
But Sunday, he started 13 under, no?
No, he started Sunday at 11.
Anyway, he went...
He started Sunday at 11.
He didn't gain anything. So,
Yeah.
it was the lack of... I mean, Henley had the lead for a minute. We had Cam Young. Scheffler missed that putt.
Yeah.
That would have tied
Scheffler was 1 centimeter away.
it. A Scheffler McIlroy playoff? Are you kidding me?
That would have been incredible.
That would have been insane.
Hatton was -6 in round 4 on
And
Sunday.
then, even McIlroy bogeying 18.
Yeah.
Like, he bogeyed 18 to win. Like,
Yeah.
He went into a bunker. We can talk about the horrible camera work on 18.
I think after Saturday, with Scheffler going 7 under, with Young going 7 under, with these guys having excellent days, and then Sunday is like,
You thought somebody was going to
something was going to happen. Yeah.
And
it didn't really happen.
I think that's what made me feel. Hey, guys, it's the Masters. Don't get us wrong. It was incredible.
We love
I
it.
love the Masters. It is amazing. But, anyways, maybe, for sure after the first 2 days, like, Rory won last year at 13 under, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he entered the weekend at 12 under. She's like, dude, these guys are going to shoot like 17, 18 under. And then he finished at 12.
Yeah.
So, yeah, incredible. Talk a little bit about that camera work on 18. So, on 18, Roy enters 18, only needing a bogey to win. He was up by 2 strokes, need a bogey to end it. Scheffler was in the clubhouse already at 11. And he hits his drive again, I believe it was left into the pine straw. But you basically just have to get it out there, get it up, and 2-putt, and you win. And hits it out of the pine straw. and the camera just like from the green just like shows the middle of the fairway, and like nobody knows where the ball is. Like that shot is not recorded, and then they like flip over to. What are you doing?
Huh?
They flip over to Cam Young hitting his shot, and it's the exact same thing. He hits his shot, and it like I think everyone knew it went left, but nobody knew where the ball was.
What are we doing?
Like, what are we doing? And then they finally like show a ball. Then they finally show a ball in the bunker because like Mcilroy and Young both went left. They show a ball in the bunker, and they like even the announcers like didn't know whose ball it was, either Rory's or Cam's. Like when Rory walked up to it was his ball. It's just like stuff like that at the Masters was a little bit annoying. Like you felt like that was a lot of the weekend, but. Don't get me wrong.
But then for the final putt, it's literally like 2 inches away, and they show a camera angle behind
Rory. You can't see the ball.
You
going.
can't even see the ball. It's all around.
That was a tough loss.
Fix it.
But congratulations, Rory.
Yes.
Back to back Masters champion. Guys,
Joins
just
elite.
joins
company.
a very, very elite company. Absolutely incredible tournament for him. After finally winning it last year.
I heard
Getting another
some
one.
commentary about Rory, which was very explained to me. He was like, I think people think Rory is a lot older than he is.
How old's Rory?
36.
Yeah.
Because the reason being,
he's like
he
45.
won all his stuff when he was like 22.
Yeah.
And so it's been like 14 years, but he's still really good.
Yeah, he's so young. He's so hammered.
And he could win like a lot more.
What if he never loses the Masters
He
again?
he could add to his
4
trophy
in a
back.
row.
My point is, he's gonna be up top 5, top 7 eventually.
I'm really interested if he's going to really care about other tournaments from now on. Because he hasn't. Like, the
Mm.
last year, he has not been close at all to any other
Besides the
majors
Masters,
besides the
yeah.
Masters.
Yeah.
And
Well-
reports have come out, he was going to the Masters a couple times a week to, like, play that course, which is fine, which I don't mind at all. But he seemed to very, very much care about this tournament. He hasn't really shown up at no. We'll see what he does after this because, again, it's first major of the year.
Yeah.
He was missing out on regular tournaments to get ready for this one, which is fine. But it's going to be really interesting to see what he does the rest of the year.
Yeah. Fun fact for you: Rory McIlroy has won 2 Masters since the last interception for the Jets. Isn't that a great stat?
I love that stat. That's so good. Where do you find these stats?
Twitter.
Nice.
Love it.
Guys, get Twitter. Don't.
Also, for the second time in a row, Alabama has produced the worst finalist in the Masters. So the very, very last place person in the Masters was an Alabama golf player. So, losers, Alabama.
Of course.
Fun facts for you.
Maybe they're gonna go back and play college.
Yes.
Maybe.
I was going to ask you guys, though. I saw a good video, either on TikTok or Twitter. I don't know. They were discussing where this does place Rory all time now. And some of them were saying top 5. I have a hard time saying that
Top
just
10.
yet.
Top 10.
It's top 10.
Definitely
for
top
sure.
10. But, like, who are you guys that you'd obviously definitely put above him?
Nicholas
Palmer.
Woods. Right now, I still think Scheffler's better. Scheffler's one.
See, but you can't put him all time yet over Rory.
But you can't if you can't put Scheffler all time, you can't put Rory all time.
No, but Rory has a lot more wins, a lot more.
I guess
achievements
Scheffler has
than
his own
Scheffler.
Grand Slam.
Well, Scheffler
Yeah,
eventually
right.
will be,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, he's got a Grand Slam. You got to put him
Yeah.
above Scheffler.
Yeah.
True.
True.
I always forget.
Rhodes,
the old
Palmer,
golfers.
Nicholas.
I'm so bad at like figuring out the golfers.
There's the Nick. I forget his last name. Nick something. He got the 2 Masters
Just
in a
go
row.
best golfers of all time. There, Ben.
I mean, Oberg. You gotta go Oberg.
Oh my word! Stop with your Oberg. Did he even make the cut?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He finished -4.
So
or
this
something.
is mygolfspy.com, whatever that means.
Go ahead and read them.
They have Tiger Woods at 1, Jack Nicklaus at 2. They have Ben Hogan at 3,
Okay.
Bobby Jones at 4,
Those are oldies, but yeah, you
way
gotta.
back.
I guess you gotta put them.
Sam Snead at 5,
Gary Player,
Gary
yeah.
Player,
Great player.
Arnold Palmer,
Yeah, that was
Walter
the one.
Hagen, Tom Watson, and Phil Mickelson. That's their top.
See,
10.
I think the argument is you put Rory above Mickelson. Now.
You do. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
you do.
I agree. That might be a good argument.
all of those guys are very qualified, but Rory now with this back-to-back and all of the accolades since he's been like 15 years old.
Do you guys have a problem at all with him playing the Masters a bunch? There's some people that are like,
Who?
you shouldn't be able to.
Rory?
Rory like played. Well, not the Masters. Played Augusta National.
Practice
Like,
round.
a bunch of practice rounds.
Well, what's the rule on that? Can anybody go and play it?
Anybody that has won the Masters can go and play it.
Well, then sure.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's his right.
Yeah.
He earned
So
it.
like, and also my thing is too. Like, I'm pretty sure most golfers like that are in the PGA Tour can be like, hey, do you want to like go to the Masters this weekend? A guy that has won it, and they let him go. Like anybody can do it. It's just the dedication of actually doing it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but you just said it. Like Rory isn't paying attention to any tournament besides this. Anyone can do that to any tournament. They just got to put their mind to it. I think that's just what he's chosen to do. So
Yeah, that's fine. I agree. I don't have a problem with it at
all
all.
props to him.
Again, anybody.
It is a little weird if he's just showing up at the Masters, though. It's an interesting look. It makes him look like I don't know.
But you could say he's hunting it because it's the only thing he didn't have.
Yeah, but you got it now. I don't know.
We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does.
Again,
this year.
anybody can do it.
Until you got your first one, yeah, I agree.
Guess we'll see.
All right, moving on to
Rory.
The racing car.
moving on to our worst thing of the week. We have kind of two here. They're both with the Masters. Just want to real quick just talk about the Robert McIntyre kind of debacle. So apparently Robert McIntyre, I did look at his stuff a little bit that he was having back problems all week, so probably already frustrated. But on one of the easier holes, number 15, it was a downhill approach. He hit like a bad shot and he like flipped off the green. Like, and that, if you guys know Augusta, like that is not okay at all. I believe he was taken out of the tournament right at that moment. He hit a shot into the water in front of 15, and then he just like flipped off the green. And just absolute buffoonery from Robert McIntyre. Like, dude, you cannot do that.
That's
again.
some
You
waste
can't do that
management.
anywhere. You can't do that. That's some waste. That's worse than waste management. Like, you cannot be doing that at the Masters, dude.
Also, Sergio Garcia smashing his driver.
That too. I saw that.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That
Keep
is
it
just,
professional,
guys,
gentlemen.
Come on, we're at the Masters. Keep it looking professional. Like this might be. Is this from like them letting anybody in and just becoming more of a? I don't know if it relates to it, where it feels like it's not as strict or as uptight as it used to be.
People are just weird.
It's becoming very much social media sized. So the
If
more
I ever
that-
start seeing phones out there, I'm never watching it.
yeah, the more I see that, the less I appreciate it. But you know what? I appreciate that they're still holding fast to a lot of those traditions, which makes me think they're gonna probably rein it in next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hate to see it go like this.
Yep. Also, another worst thing of the week, Bryson DeChambeau. So we talked about last week that Bryson DeChambeau, I believe, was third in the betting odds to win the Masters. He missed the cut. An absolutely terrible performance. Live golfers in general were not good at this tournament. Really, DeChambeau was the worst. So I believe the cut was at 4 over. I believe the cut was at 4. He entered 18 at 3 over. So, okay, he's not playing good, but he'll make the weekend. He'll play a little bit of golf. He'll be fine. And he hit a bad drive on 18. I believe it's close to where what McIlroy did. Hit it in the bunker on his second shot. And so, okay, he gets up and down for a par or even up in 2 putts for a bogey. He makes the weekend. It's fine. And he, like, duffs a chip out of the bunker and stays in the bunker.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually not a terrible shot. Like, he was just trying to get over, like, it was, like, a high lip.
So close.
And he was, like here's the lip. And, like, he wants to land his ball up here and roll down the other side. And he, like, hits the top of the bunker, like, still in it, and, like, rolls back down. You can see, like, just dejection on his face. So, like, okay, he can still get up and down for bogey and still make the weekend.
Yeah.
And he hits another shot out of the bunker. It lands, like, right of the pin, where you cannot go, and it rolls all the way off the green, chips up, 2 putts, triple bogey, misses the weekend. Just absolute ejection. Horrible to see from DeChambeau.
Oh,
And just a fall apart. But I'm not crazy surprised because, like I said, it is not a course that favors a guy that hammers the ball.
Yeah.
You have to be precise, and DeChambeau needs to work on that a little bit.
Stick to YouTube, buddy.
No, but I mean the whole what was it, Friday? You could just see it on his face. He wasn't playing good golf, and it was destroying him mentally as well. And golf is totally a mental sport. And as soon as he got it in his head, I could see it on his face. In like 14 or 15, he was not gonna make it.
Yeah.
He was just going downhill way too fast.
Yeah.
But-
Is Bryson DeChambeau a good golfer?
Yes.
He does this. He goes up and down with golf. Like, he's really good for a while.
We
then
don't
he'll
know.
struggle,
He's playing live. I don't know what he's doing.
That's true. Which he's never ever gonna stop playing live. So
No, but he's having fun. It's fun.
yeah. Sorry to see that. All right, moving on to where he go. Guys, look at does. That's kind of cool. Wow. All right, Ben.
The listeners,
What?
well,
Go
the
score
listeners
update?
I can see them turning the pause button on Spotify. Pause, done, pause. When this segment comes out, just kidding.
What?
I love this segment.
I'm confused. This is
Oh.
a fun segment.
I'm confused. Okay.
Maybe for a segment.
We're annoying.
Yes. All right. That's fine.
Show the score count, or did you forget to write down?
Don't look at my stuff.
Don't look at his screen, bro.
It doesn't
matter. cheating.
JJ's cheating.
He's probably gonna
Again.
get them all 3. Okay, so last week, week 5, I did the fan faves, and I have to say, first and foremost, Darrell, I'm really sorry. I said that we didn't get any fan inclusions,
No.
and Darrell was the one that sent 2 of them. So
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
because it was like 4 weeks ago that he messaged
Wow.
me, and then JJ's wedding stuff.
What did he send?
So he sent RJ Harvey and Harold Fannin.
Great job,
Stumped
Darrell.
you. He stumped you.
But guess
So-
what? Those are the 2 ones that we got.
No,
so.
he didn't get Fannin.
I didn't get fan. I should have.
So you stumped Andrew. So
Great job.
thank you very much, Darrell. Keep doing it.
Yeah, please send in
Um,
more.
Obviously,
Make sure you know him before you send
yeah,
him.
it's difficult to find ones that
he's
you,
good. He's
you know,
he's a good
but,
ball knower. I know Darrell.
So shout out Darrell. Moving on, this week we didn't have any more, and I did double check. We do not have any more fans. So I
We don't have
went
any more fans.
no more fans. No more fans.
Just Darrell.
So I went with niche QB draftees from the last 5 years.
Oh boy.
Ooh, okay.
This is gonna be fun because you guys should know them from their college days, but you're definitely not gonna know them from their pro
Love
days.
it. I love this.
that.
Love
I
this
love that.
category.
This is
Maybe
really
the
fun.
number one, the easy you will know from pro, but so number one easy. Oh, I'm sorry, scores. Last week we finished JJ with 19 points, Andrew with 14.
Oof, okay.
You need a good
Falling
week
behind.
here, Andrew.
You're falling behind.
Think deep.
Okay.
Number one easy, Davis Mills.
Why am I blanking?
Oh,
no,
Dude.
Andrew.
Davis Mills drafted in 2021, round 3, pick 67, to the Cardinals.
Davis Mills. See, the reason this is hard for you, Andrew, is because without giving it, that might give it away.
Yeah, don't give it away. I have a name, but I'm almost positive it's not right. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate myself. I know I am.
Oh no.
It's not easy. It's not like super easy.
no.
What if I'm wrong? That'd be
JJ, what
funny.
are you tapping out?
Go ahead, say it.
I'm gonna say Oklahoma.
This is Stanford.
Guess it is Stanford.
Stanford. Yeah,
I think Josh he came after like. Oh no, I can't think of his name.
It was
but-
2021 when he got drafted, so it is a little while ago.
Yeah.
I just thought with
Still,
this
you got
last
it.
year he did pretty good. So
Yeah. Oh, that's on me.
Old Stanford.
I'm struggling right now. This is not good.
If you get these
It's
two
not a good
though,
look. It's not a good look.
well, if
I'm
you're
pretty good at
struggling with
quarterbacks
Davis
though.
Mills-
I usually
It's gonna be
am.
tough. Yeah.
See, Mills, I know way more from the NFL, so that's why it's
Yeah.
because I could see him in Houston.
Yeah. Okay, this is a
Long neck man.
quarterback drafted to the Raiders. He had a pretty good first 2 years. Aiden O'Connell.
Oh.
Drafted
Oh, yeah.
2023,
Yeah.
round
Oh
4,
yeah.
round
yeah.
5.
Come on.
All right, so that should have been easy. That's okay.
Took down Ohio State.
Yeah, he did.
Uh,
No, it wasn't.
Whoa.
What?
That wasn't him. He didn't know us. That was before him.
Oh, maybe.
He almost beat us.
Yeah, you're right.
He almost beat up over
That was
Drafted
right.
2 years, 3 years ago.
I went to Purdue.
He did go to Purdue.
All right, there you go. It should have been easy. But that's okay. All right, this next one, I think it'll actually be pretty easy. I just threw it in there just in case because there is 2 colleges that he went to.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is this hard or easy?
This is
This
going to
is
be the hard one, but I'm just saying ahead of time. The second one might be hard. The first college might be not that bad.
Okay.
So should be some free points here. I hope. Ben DiNucci.
Oh.
Drafted it in 2020, round 7, pick 231.
How is this not hard?
How's this not hard?
But do you know the second one?
Ben? I don't know the.
No, I don't know the first one.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Ben DiNucci.
I have a name, but I don't know that's right. I'm going to send it.
I don't have one yet.
Ben
You
DiNucci.
drafted to the Cowboys. Ben DiNucci.
Ben DiNucci.
I'll say this. I don't think it's right though.
What do you got? I have mine in mind.
I wrote it down. So you say first.
Illinois.
I say Illinois too.
For his main college?
Yeah.
No, that's not right. Do you have any guess for his first?
How did you say Illinois too? Then that's
I have
weird.
no idea. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Illinois. His main college he played
Wait.
for.
Wait. Can
No, we already guessed.
Well,
It's-
but-
If you want to guess again, you can for no points. It's fine.
Yeah. Not Houston.
Ben DiNucci.
that doesn't help me. How is that supposed to help me? Into Italy.
Maybe. I don't
What
know.
if I told you that this college
Iowa.
had a former coach that just won a national championship game last year? Would that help you at all?
What?
He played for James Madison.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
He also transferred from Pitt.
Okay.
University of Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Woo!
I don't know if that James Madison was a niche.
DiNucci was not on my bingo
You got
card.
1 point up on me. That's
Ben
fine.
DiNucci. So yes, 22-15. That was fun.
Nice. Well done.
Hopefully, hey guys, let us know if you knew where Ben DiNucci went to college.
I don't even know if I would have heard of Ben.
Ben DiNucci.
I never heard of him until the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
that
one of
is
those
why
guys.
it was
Yeah,
very
that's-
niche.
That's a good hard one. That's really good.
That's a good one.
Yeah. 1 2 should have been flop. It's okay. It's okay. You did good. You did very
Hey,
good.
that's
Yeah,
just 3
well done.
points. Don't
Yeah,
complain.
3 points. I'm not complaining.
Why did we say Illinois?
I don't know. We both said
DeVito. Danny DeVito.
That's
no,
fine.
not
Danny
Danny.
DeVito. Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
That's
That
it.
makes a little more
Because
sense.
DiNucci
Guys,
DeVito.
tell us if see we're good at this. Tommy DeVito. Get that one.
Danny
That'll
DeVito.
be next week.
Danny
Danny
DeVito,
DeVito, where did he
there
go to
you
college?
All right,
All right.
Ben. I've heard you had a hot take for us.
I do.
Ben, you got the 2 minute warning ready? I don't have my phone because now I record on my phone. So just get it ready. Let him talk, and then we'll give a rebuttal. Ben.
It's a very hot take.
Okay.
This is about basketball, so I hope you guys can agree with me.
Yeah.
So last
Fine.
year, the last 2 years, college basketball has been dominated by the SEC and the Big Ten, and ACC has had Duke, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And North Carolina. I'm gonna say next year the ACC will be the best conference in college basketball, better than the SEC and better than the Big Ten. Here's why: money. These big ACC schools are not spending as much money in the college football worlds because they have such big competition across Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12, everything. They can put all their money into basketball. And when you get all your money into basketball, you get good players. Miami has been very active in the transfer portal. UNC, Duke, obviously they've been good. I think Notre Dame's going to be good next year. I think Wake Forest is going to be good next year. I think that ACC will be the best conference in college basketball.
The 2 minute warning. Well, you gotta hold it up for the camera too.
Oh, here I can.
We'll start. Oh, you get the 2 minute warning.
I
You
can
open it up. We should have got that. I don't know
Don't
why I
start
got
now.
it. Now, bet JJ rebuttal.
Oh, I'm going first
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree because I think the top of the ACC will be good, but I think the bottom's really bad still. So.
I think your main argument was that the ACC is gonna have money. It doesn't matter if the Big Ten puts their money into football; they still have so much more money than the ACC. I think Michigan this year is a perfect example of why you're wrong because I think the Big Ten is actually getting better.
But
I think the Big
it's
Ten
because-
has got better teams. They are better at the top than they were a couple years ago. I think with being able to play players, the Big Ten is getting even. Because I think a couple years ago the ACC was probably better than the Big Ten and the SEC. Now that they're actually paying players, now is when the SEC and Big Ten. Are
I don't know.
I
think
think
we'll see.
you're also not counting the Big 12. Who the Big 12 will be really good next year
No,
too.
they have like 2 teams.
They got Houston, Arizona, Texas Tech, Iowa State. They got they got a lot of teams.
Yeah,
They
but
got
I
a
think
lot
the ACC is just becoming much, much, much better. Duke and UNC have always been good.
They have to take a big jump.
Okay, so name me the teams that are going to be that good next year.
Well, let me pull it
I
up.
think the teams that could rise a bit would be Miami, Louisville, UNC with their new coach, Duke.
Syracuse has a new coach who's looking really good.
Syracuse
His
is not
class is
good
going to be
enough.
You
good.
still got Purdue, you got Michigan, you got.
Purdue's going to be trash.
You say that every year, and they're always right there. They're always
Nebraska,
good. You got
Michigan
Nebraska,
State,
Michigan, exactly.
Iowa.
Just watch.
I think
Wake
there's
Forest is gonna
too
be good.
many teams in these conferences that are good and not great. And ACC might have some great teams, but they got some bottom feeders. Boston College, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech was
Virginia
good this
Tech.
year.
Penn State will be better than Georgia Tech and Boston.
Not a
College.
chance.
Yeah, they will.
Not a chance.
They
Penn
will
State
switch.
is.
No,
That's a
okay.
great example. Penn State will never be good at basketball.
That's
They
the
have-
hot take.
The hot
There you
take,
go.
Penn
That's
State
the
will
hot
never be good
take.
at basketball.
That's my hot take. I think ACC is going to be one of the
I
best
would-
conferences.
I would
love it.
agree with
I
I would
love
agree
it.
with that
The
more than your
ACC
ACC take.
I
That's
hope
a better
it is.
take.
I
There it
hope it
is.
is.
And that is the
Go ACC.
2-minute warning, guys. Go Big Ten everywhere. The Big Ten is the best conference in all sports.
Conference loyalty is so. Sorry, that was
Whoa, censored.
no the Florida fan.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate all of you guys.
Yes, it
Send
is.
us questions. We'll give you answers because we know everything about sports. Just let us know what you need.
Everything.
We'll let you know. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.